Hi everyone, it's Professor Hatch. I am going to talk about the annotated bibliographies for the research paper. Um, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I've been doing this for too long and I'm having brain farts. Okay, let's go to not that and not there. Let's look at one of the annotated bibliographies. Okay, ABIB 2, perfect. So you'll see here that each ABIB should contain at least 3 sources, all of them academic from scholarly peer-reviewed journals. Additional sources are welcome but not required. You will not impress me if you give me an ABIB with like 10 sources. I'll wonder, in fact, where all your free time comes from. But you can if you want. If that's going to help you write the research paper, by all means, knock yourself out. Anyway, each ABIB listing should include 3 parts: the references page listing, a summary of the source, and a brief statement on how you'll use it. Okay, so the following is an example of an ABIB listing, and it gives the example of what I'm looking for. I'm going to actually ignore that example. I'm going to go to the school website and go through the actual process of finding a source, of looking a source up. So up here at the top, you'll see the link for the library. Please click on library. Please understand that when you are home, you are going to have to be logged in to the school's website. If you are not, it will probably ask you to log in. But down here, it says choose a database. So click on that, please. And then I would recommend going to EBSCOhost Academic Search Premier. You'll see that it's popular. If you want to go to a more specialized database, specifically focusing on, I don't know, the medical field, then by all means, knock yourself out. But EBSCOhost should have plenty of sources for all kinds of things that you're looking for. So anyway, I am going to, there's the search field right here. I just about pointed to it with my hand like an idiot. Anyway, I'm not going to even type anything in there. I'm just going to click on the link that says advanced search. Okay, so this is where we want to be. Up here at the top, I am going to type in school to prison pipeline. Yeah, school to prison pipeline. Right there. We'll start with that. And then I'm going to hit search. Over here, I want to limit things. There's only 313 articles, which is amazing. I would have chosen something different. But that's all right. 313 articles is still more articles than you are going to either have time to read or want to read, let's be honest. So some things to whittle that down. Limit your sources to the full text, because if they don't have the full text, it's honestly not useful to you. Also, you want, this is a requirement, you want to limit it to scholarly peer-reviewed journals. So click that, put a check mark in that box. And then I'm saying you should limit the date range to the last 10 years. For the school to prison pipeline, it might not be that big a deal, but I'm still asking you to make it the last 10 years. If I was asking you to write an essay on women's reproductive rights, obviously you'd want to stick to the last 10 years. Would you give a damn about what any dude in the 50s had to say about female reproductive rights? I wouldn't. Anyway, last 10 years, keep it current. This knocks it down to 61 sources, which is amazing. And here we have our first source, which is the School to Prison Pipeline, a primer for social workers. Awesome. That sounds like it would explain things in pretty simple terms. So I'm going to open this up in a new tab. And here in the center, you'll see all this, you know, author information and subject terms and blah, blah, blah. And then you'll see an abstract. You'll note that this abstract is a summary of the article, which is exactly what you have to do when writing the abstract for your research paper. Also, I'm just going to go ahead and say use this summary for your annotated bibliography. But before we get there, well, two things. Let's read the first sentence. The school to prison pipeline, STPP, refers to a path from the education system to the juvenile or adult criminal justice system over the past 2 decades. Yeah, this sounds like a perfect source without reading more than that. It sounds like something that's very useful, assuming you want to write about the school to prison pipeline. So just real quick, you will notice these links over here to the right. If you click on Google Drive, assuming you're already logged into your Google Drive account, which you do have, because your student email address is a Gmail account, basically. If you click on this, it'll upload this article to the Google Drive. If you click on email, it will email this article to you. If you click on save, I don't know where it saves it. I'm going to say do 2 things here. There's a link over to the left, PDF full text. I would, oh, that's not going to open in another tag. That's all right. Click on this, and this will give you the option to download it to your hard drive. Just do that so that you don't lose the source. And then back over here where it says cite, I want you to click on this. And then I want you to go down to APA, and then literally just highlight that and copy it. Now, in a blank Word document, obviously you're gonna do all this fun crap. What's the date today? August 22, 2020. ABIB number 1. So, and that's technically the title, so let's center that. Okay, now you copied the citation for the references page. Just paste it in here, and then drop down. Control Z will undo turning that thing into a link, which I like to do. You don't have to do it, it's not necessary. So remember, what does the assignment call for? References page listing, summary of the source, and a brief statement on how you'll use it. So school to prison, the references page listing is there. A brief summary of the source is right here. Highlight that and copy it, and paste it in there. And then drop down. And before I go any further, I'm going to right-click all of this, and I'm going to hit, let me do that slower. I'm going to right-click all of this, highlight it all, right-click it all, and I'm going to click on paragraph. And I'm going to change the line spacing to double. I'm going to put a check mark in the box, don't add space between paragraphs of the same type. And that still looks a little clunky, so I'm going to take the references page listing, and I'm going to once again highlight it, right click on it, select paragraph, and I'm going to hit special and select hanging. And there's your hanging indent for the references page listing. And there is a perfectly formatted references page listing. And then your summary, which I'm going to indent that. And actually, I'm going to drop down just a little bit there. I'm going to leave the hyperlink in there. And then lastly, I'm going to drop down one more paragraph. And this is the crucial part. I intend to use this article to discuss the school to prison pipeline and show how it disproportionately, is that how you spell it? Hey, it is. Affects marginalized communities. There you go. One sentence saying what I intend to do with this source. A summary and the source, the references page listing for the source. And that's it. That took me all of 5 minutes? I don't know. So do that. I'm going to bring this back here. Do that 3 times. Give me those three things for 3 different sources. And that'll be a completed annotated bibliography. And then you have to do 2 annotated bibliographies. And I believe they come back to back in weeks. Oh God. Where are they? Yeah. Annotated, no, not there. Annotated bibliography. ABIB 1 is in week 11. ABIB 2 is in week 12. So there you have it. It really genuinely, and I know I've been doing this for years, and you know, I make it look easy or whatever, but seriously, it took me 5 minutes work to find that source. It's not going to go that easy every time. You're going to have to read through a few of these sources, and the first 3 articles you read might all be crap. You'll find 3 sources though that will work, and it may take a little longer, but I can't imagine it taking more than 2 hours, like tops, to put together an annotated bibliography with 3 sources. So pretty simple, pretty easy to do. If you have any questions, of course, reach out to me on Remind. That'll get the fastest response. Especially if you're getting closer to the deadline, why don't you text me on Remind? Don't wait for me to reply via email. Because again, on the weekends, I'm not on my laptop as much as I am during the week. All right, I think that's everything that needs to be said about ABIBs and about the research paper, at least in terms of these videos. I am sure you're gonna have questions I have not anticipated. That's okay, just text me and we'll figure it all out, okay? Thank you very much.